All right. So if anyone is new today, let me just tell you. Okay, basically this is the user interface of the Tableau. Okay, whenever I open my Tableau desktop, I can see this page, right? Is anyone students new here today in the today class? Jagdish, did you attend it yesterday? Guys, can you hear me?
Yes, I attended yesterday's class.
Okay, okay, great. All right. So yesterday we already saw how to create the graphs, right? Like we started creating the basic graph. Let me do that once again. If anyone is new, let me tell you to create any graphs, we need data first of all, and data can be in the any of the format, right? Like you can see here, we can see something called as connect here, and we have many forms of data like Excel file, text file, PDF file, and these are many types of servers available. So I'm just clicking on Excel file. Yesterday we already created this one. If anyone is new to this batch, please watch the yesterday's demos class. Okay, your admin people will send you the mail. Just watch that video. So what we need to do here, as we discussed yesterday, we need to just drag and drop sheet 1 here. Correct? Then we can able to see the data here. As I said yesterday, we have 3 columns here: employee name, employee number, and salary. And automatically data types will be detected here, right? To create the graph, we need to go to sheet 1 level, which you can see here, sheet 1. And this is the place where we will create the graphs. We will call it as canvas. Okay. So yesterday what we did with the same data, we created the graph, but as we are done with the time, I didn't get time to explain it detailedly, right? Let's see it once again. And once we are done with this, with some remaining, with some complex data also, we will try to create some graphs. And today we will try to learn one of the advanced graph also. Okay. So as I said, we have some graphs available here in the show me panel. This all graphs are inbuilt graphs. Okay. Now I'm just selecting employee name into the rows, and I'm selecting not employee name actually. If we want to remove after selecting here, if you want to remove, what we can do, we can click on the drop down here and we can click on remove, or else we can just simply drag it and drop it somewhere at the bottom also, it will remove. Okay, now let's try to create employee name and salary. I selected 2 columns here. We can drag and drop it into the rows and columns which can be available here, or else we can just simply double click also. Now I just double clicked on the employee name, automatically it took into the rows part, and I double clicked on the salary, it took into the columns part. But whatever aggregated columns will be visible here, but at the back end it will take into columns only. Okay, so for this data, that is for employee name and salary data, all these graphs which are enabled for us is applicable. Okay, so let's create. If you can observe here, whenever I'm keeping the cursor here on the graph, at the bottom it is displaying the graph details, right? If you can see here, I'm keeping the cursor here. At the bottom, you can see this graph is called as a tree map. Okay, and you can see some prerequisites like, 1 dimension and 1 or 2 measures is required to create this graph. Like that, it will tell us. Or else just ignore this dimensions and measures part for now. Going forward, you can understand. Just understand. If we want to know the chart names, we can scroll it down like this. See, if I am keeping the cursor here, at the bottom it is showing packed bubbles. This graph is called as packed bubbles. Okay, so let's create a bar graph now. I'm selecting it from the here. See, whatever graphs are inbuiltly available for us, creating that graphs is very simple. Once we selected the data, we need to select the graph from here. That's it. As I wanted to create the bar graph, I just clicked on the bar graph here. I got my bar graph. Basically, we will call this graph as a bar graph. For each and every name, we are, depending on the salary, it is showing me the bar. Correct? As I said in the yesterday's class, here The highest for the highest salary, we will get to we will get to see the largest bar like that. Okay. And if I want to edit this, like if I want to change the color of my graph, what I can do, if I want to change it according to the employee names, that means for each and every employee, if I want different colors, I will just drag this employee name into the color part here. You can see something called as color here, right, in the mark shelf. As soon as we drag and drop in the color part, we got different colors for each and every employee. Okay. And something you can see towards the right side here, this is called as legend. We will learn it slowly. Okay. It will just display about the details here. Okay. For now, just ignore this. Going forward, I will explain you. Okay. And okay, we got the bar graph. And if we want to display the salary, if you can observe here, whenever I'm moving the cursor, it is displaying me the employee name and salary. But if without moving the cursor, if we want to display the salary beside the bar, we can do that. We can do that by clicking the T option here. This is basically the menu bar. In the menu bar, we have some T symbol that is called as label. Okay, show mark label. We need to click that. Then immediately we can able to see the salary names here. Okay, salary numbers here like 40,000, 50,000, like that. Okay. Even in the bar graph, we can sort the data. That is, we can display the data in the ascending order or descending order also. That symbols you can see here, right? This is the ascending order symbol. This is the descending order symbol. If I click descending order, it is displaying in the descending order, right? That is highest to the lowest. If I click on ascending order, it will display on the ascending order. Okay. Like this, we can able to create the graphs as as we according to our requirement. This is about the bar graph. So let me rename this graph as horizontal bar. We will call it as horizontal bar. Okay. To rename, basically here we have sheet 1, right? If we want to rename this one, we need to just double click and we can rename the file. Okay. And if we want to create another graph, what we need to do, we have the symbol here. This is sheet level, new worksheet. We need to click here. Can you able to see? We need to click here. Then new sheet, that is sheet 2 will open. We can create another graph here with the same data. For example, let me just select the same data, employee name and salary. And this time, let me create this packed bubbles. Okay. And the same concept here, dragging employee name into the color part. Here, each bar represents a salary. Here, circles are representing the salary. The difference is that one only. And here, if you observe, if I'm clicking the T option, name is got disabling, correct? So if I'm clicking if I'm clicking the T option, we can able to see name only. But along with the name, if I want to display the salary on the circle itself, what I can do, the same T symbol, that is same label symbol, we can see in the marks part also, in the mark shelf. This is called as mark shelf. We have something called as label here, right? So if I want to display this salary also, what I will do, I will just drag the salary onto the label part. Then I can able to see, you know, name along with the salary, correct? This is how we will
Yes.
create graphs. And creating graphs is very easy in Tableau. Okay. But we need to we should be in a position that we need to understand, for what type of data, what kind of graphs need to be created, right? That one we will going to learn that eventually in our course. Okay. And these are all available data, I mean inbuilt graphs only. Along with the inbuilt graphs, we have many other graphs. Like we have some advanced graphs called as donut charts, we have waterfall charts, we have funnel charts, we have lollipop charts. Like that, we have some list of charts that is not available inbuilt here. Those are all advanced graphs. Okay, we need to follow some steps to create that graphs. Okay, let's see here. Today let's try to create one advanced graph. And I won't use the same employee table. I will use some different data. Let me open another workbook here. This is our Tableau book one, right? To open a new book, what I can do here, we have file option, I can click on file and I can click on new. Then immediately new workbook will be open. Sorry, it is loading. Let's wait. Okay. All right. Let's create waterfall chat now. Okay. If you can observe, previously when I opened the Tableau desktop, we can able to see the first page differently, where towards the left side we have connect data, correct? So whenever we are opening the Tableau desktop for the first time, we can able to see like that. But again, if we are opening a different workbook from the existing workbook, we can able to see the connect to data here towards the top left, right? If I click here, it will redirect me to this connect page. Okay, from here we can connect to the data. All right, so let me just connect it to the different data here. So I think SQL Server we will see later. Maybe after this, I will use Excel file only, but we will use Superstore data now. One second. Yeah, I have sample Superstore data. I'm just connecting to that now. Once we are learning about this, next we will see how to connect to the SQL Server. Okay. And we will start learning all the concepts also. All right, I just connected to the Superstore data. Here I am having three sheets. One sheet is of orders, people, and returns. Okay. Now I want to use this orders sheet. So I'm just dragging this order sheet here. Okay. I got the data here. As I said yesterday, we have many data types, right? All the four data types you can see, you can observe here. Yesterday, we can able to see only this integer hash and ABCS character data. Here for order date, that is date data type data, the symbol will be calendar. Okay, calendar symbol. You can see the columns here, order date, ship date, like that, correct? For row ID, as it is numbers, it is taking integers. As this is date columns, it is taking a date data type, correct? And if I just scroll it towards the right side, you can see country, city, state, like that. This is all geographical data type, and the symbol will be globe, correct? I explained you yesterday. So these are all the four data types which we will use in Tableau: integers, character data, date data type data, and geographical data. So now we are dealing with Superstore database, where we have multiple columns here, like row ID, order date, ship date, like go on. We are having some, regional columns also, and orders table. One second. So if you can see, we have something like category, subcategory, product name. We have sales, discounts, profits, like that. We are having some columns. Okay. And you can see the row count is of 100. All right. And as I said yesterday, by default we will be on the live connection, and in which cases we will use extract connection, maybe we will discuss in either tomorrow or day after tomorrow's class. We will discuss Tableau connections concept within 1 or 2 days. Okay, at that time I will explain you. Now let's create the graph. To do that, we need to go to the sheet level, right? That is sheet 1, correct? You can see the data here. As I said yesterday, the data will be divided into two parts. This is dimensions and this is measures. All the numerical columns will come under measures, right? That is discount, profit, quantity, sales. All this will be the numerical data only. The remaining data will come under dimensions, correct? Which I explained it yesterday. If anyone is new, please watch that video. Now let's try to create any data, any graph from this data. Uh, so let me create first one inbuilt data with with this inbuilt graph with this data, then let's create waterfall graph. Okay, so as we have many columns, let me select product id, category, subcategory. Okay, I'm selecting subcategory. Okay, and I'm selecting sales. We have category also here. Okay, I have some category data. Inside the category I have some subcategory and I have sales. So for that I can select this side by side bar. Okay, here it is showing first the category. We have three categories here, that is furniture, office supplies and technology. And inside that category we have subcategory like this. Okay, like bookcases, chairs, for like this we have some subcategories within the category. This is basically called as side by side bar. Whenever we are, you know, whenever we want to represent any graph within the same branch, I can say. Here I am talking about category and subcategory. Basically, subcategory falls under category, right? If we are want to display any hierarchical kind of data, we will use side by side bars, so that it will display like this. First it will display the category, inside the category only we will have subcategory, right? Do you got my point? I can say
Yes.
category and subcategory as the hierarchical data, because subcategory will lies inside the category. So for this kind of data we need to use side by side bar. We can use any bar, of course, I mean any chart here which is enabled for us, but to make clear understand, to understand very easily, we will use the side by side bar. This is our category, this is our subcategory, and you can see sales in the y axis. Okay, like this I can even sort the data, descending order, ascending order. If you can observe here, whenever I'm sorting the data, it is just sorting within the category level only. In furniture it is sorting from the descending to ascending. Then in this office supplies, that is category level, it is sorting the data. Correct? Simply, we no need to do anything manually. Just by clicking this, it will Tableau will do it. It will be, everything will, almost most of the things will be done automatically. Correct? We will just click here. It itself is sorting everything. It is itself taking the category level data. It is sorting everything. Correct? So in furniture, this is my sales. Like for chairs, I have my highest sales in the furniture. Like this you can display the sales also. If I am just keeping the cursor here, I can able to see the sales, 3,28,000, like that. Correct? So this is, I can say it as side by side bar. And again, as I shown you the course content in yesterday's class, if I remember, did I show you, or else I will show you today? I'm just giving you to, as this is a demo class, to show you, to give you the idea. I'm just showing you the bars here. Like, I explained just now side by side bar. But again, whenever we are discussing, whenever we comes on the visualization concept, I will once again explain each of this graph very detailedly. And I will, at that time, I will explain like for what kind of data we will, basically use these graphs like that. Okay. And next, let's see one advanced graph. As I said, these are all inbuilt graphs. We have many more advanced graphs. And one such graph is called waterfall graph. Waterfall chart, I can say. Let me rename it waterfall chart. Okay, let's see that. As I said, to create any advanced charts, we need to follow some steps. Correct? So we will see what to do to create the waterfall chart. Okay, with the same data source, we will use sample superstore data only. So first of all, I said the chart name is waterfall chart. Okay, waterfall in the sense, as the name suggests, once we create the chart, we will get the shape in the form of waterfall only. Waterfall in the sense, if we imagine, it will basically, water will fall from from the upside down. The shape will be like upside down, right? In the same way, let me show you. One second. like this. The waterfall in the sense basically water will fall from the top to the bottom, right? As the name suggests, waterfall chart also, once we created waterfall chart, we will get almost shape like this. It is falling from the top to down. This helps us to, understand the sales of the company. We can, whenever we are trying to analyze the sales of the company, or whenever we are trying to analyze the profits or losses like that, we can use this waterfall chart. Okay, it will show the fall basically. Let's see. Once after creating, let's understand. You can able to understand it easily. So as I said, with the with the waterfall chart, we can analyze, like, how does sales of my company goes from place to place. Okay, not only sales, if we are talking about the profit also, profit in the sense whether we are getting any profits, whether we are getting any losses, how we are getting that, how the, like, year to year how our profits are, like that we can analyze by using this graph. Now let's create a waterfall chart. Again, whenever we are creating any advanced charts, we need to take help of any of the available charts. So here, for creating waterfall chart, we will use Gantt chart. We have something called as chain chart. We will use that. By using chain chart only, we will create the waterfall chart. First of all, let's create simple bar chart. For that, let me take the data, like, I will take subcategory. I will take subcategory into the rows part, and I will take sales into the columns part. Okay. Automatically, I will get some bar, right? Horizontal bar chart. Here, I want to create the waterfall based on my sales of subcategory. Okay. That's the reason I selected subcategory and sales. And I created first simple bar chart. Okay. This is my bar chart, right? Now, what I will do, I will sort this data in the descending order. Okay, I will sort this data in the descending order. To sort the data in the descending order, we know we will have options here, the sorting options, ascending or descending. Correct? Next, what I will do here, uh, here we are having subcategories in the y-axis and sales in the x-axis, right? Let's swap the data. We can even swap, that is, we can even convert the data from x-axis to y-axis and y-axis to x-axis. We have one option here, that is swapping rows and columns, or else directly by using Control W from our keyboard also we can swap. Okay, I'm swapping the data. That means previously I have subcategories in the y-axis, right? I'm swapping here so that my subcategory went to the x-axis and my sales came to the y-axis. Okay, so what I did, first I selected subcategory, then I selected sales. Then what I did, I just created a bar graph. Then I sorted the data in the descending order and I interchanged the data. I mean, interchanged the rows into the columns. Okay. Now, what we need to do, if you observe again, the data is in the descending order only, right? From highest to the lowest. Correct. So what I will do, to get the waterfall chart, I don't need bar chart. Okay. As I said, we will take the help of the Gantt chart, right? We will take the help of the Gantt chart to, get the waterfall chart. So currently here we have the bar chart. So we need to change the chart type here. How to change the chart type, in the sense we have marks shelf here, right? Here you can see something called as automatic. And we have some drop down here. We need to click here. By default, here we have bar, but I want Gantt. You can see from the bottom third, last third, we have something called as Gantt bar. Gantt chart is one of the chart of the Tableau. Okay. So to create the waterfall chart, I need to use this Gantt bar. Okay. But whenever I selected the data, by default, I created first horizontal bar, then I sorted the data. I swapped the data just to, end of the day, my output should be in the waterfall, waterfall model, right? before swapping the data, it is not showing me like that. It is like opposite. If we think, if I swap the data easily, you can see the shape is changed, right? It is looking like waterfall only. So to get that shape, I just swap it the data. Okay. Now what we need to do, we need to change the chart type. As I said, in the marks shelf, we have automatic. I'm clicking the drop down here and I'm selecting the gain bar. If you observe, my graph got changed because I didn't choose bars. If I choose bar, I will get like this. Instead of bar, we need to choose gain bar. With the help of gain bar only, we can create the waterfall chart. That's the reason I selected gain bar from here. Okay, right? Now, what I need to do, uh, if you can observe, we got the shape. It is something like a waterfall only, right? It is falling from up to down, correct? Now, I want to give some color and I want to change the size here. So to do that, what I will do, I will drag the sales. I will drag my sales into the size, because here basically what is my requirement? I want to analyze the sales of subcategory, right? So I will drag the sales into the size. Okay, and then I will drag the sales into the color part. If you can see, I got the same color, but you can see it is gradient, like dark blue to light blue. As you know, um, as the sales is decreasing, the color is also becoming light. Correct. Basically, what I did, as I want to analyze subcategory wise sales, I dragged the sales into the color part and I dragged the sales into the size part. Okay. Basically, this is called as waterfall chart. Clear? If you can see here, we got the shape of the waterfall, right? This is how we will create the waterfall chart. Here we can analyze the sales of subcategory. Here you can see in the subcategory, basically I'm analyzing my sales here. I'm analyzing on which, on which product I'm getting the more sales and on which product I'm not getting much sales. Like if you can see here, phones and chairs. By selling phones and chairs, I'm getting huge profits because you can see the sales here, correct? My sale is 650K for these two items, right? Going forward for the third item, I can able to get only 450K, right? Like that, if I talk about this products, by selling this, I'm getting only 50K or else, less than 50K, correct? So basically, I'm analyzing on which products I'm getting more sales and on which products I'm getting, less sales. That is what subcategory, sales of subcategory. To understand it easily, we will use the waterfall chart. How it will show how our sales is decreasing based on the products, correct? And these are the steps we need to follow to create the waterfall chart. Let me once again repeat the same concept by showing the different, this only, but previously we saw waterfall chart based on the sales, right? Now let's create a waterfall chart based on the profits, so that once again, if we repeat the, process, you will get a more idea, correct? So what I will do, I will select subcategory, I will select profit here, right? Now first step, what we need to do, we need to create a simple bar here. You can observe here the reason why I choose the profit in the sense, here you can observe my profit values here. I have 0K here, 5K, 10K. Going forward, my sales is increasing, my profit is increasing. If you can see here, I have some negative values, minus 5K, minus 10K. Negative profit in the sense loss only, right? Am I right? So these are all the, this is my profit data, this is my loss data basically. So now we need to understand, we need to create a waterfall chart to understand the exact flow of our profits and losses. Okay, let's do that. So to do that, what I did first, I selected subcategory and I selected a profit. I created simple bar chart, correct? Now what will be my next step? Let me swap the fields. Control W. Okay, I swapped the fields and I will sort the data in the, now maybe I will sort the data in the ascending order. Okay, I will sort it in the ascending order. Okay, like this. Okay, so now what we need to do to get the waterfall chart, we need to change the type of the chart, right? Here we have a bar chart. So what I need to do, I need to, let me one second. Actually, without swapping also it is fine, correct? If we swap only, we are getting the different shape. Without swapping only, we can able to get the waterfall shape. See, like that. We need to decide by seeing the shape only. Basically, we need to understand the shape will be like a fall, and based on the shape only, uh, we need to decide whether to swap the rows or not. Okay. Here, I don't swap the rows. If I don't swap only, I'm getting the waterfall shape, right? So I just sorted the data in the ascending order. Now what I need to do, I need to change the shape, correct? I need to use gained bar here. To do that, what I need to do, again in the marks part, from automatic, I need to select gained bar. See, this is my gained bar chart, but here the size is very, we got the sizes by defaultly. We got the default sizes. Now what we need to do, basically we need to analyze the profits. Correct. To analyze the profits, what we will do, we will just drag the profits into the size. So according to the profit value, we will get the size of the shape. Again, I will just drag this profit into the color part. Okay. If you can see here, this will be the my color part. Here, this here it is 0K. From here, as however my profits is increasing, the color is changing from light blue to dark blue. And towards the left, this is my loss, negative profits in the sense loss only. And for the loss, we have orange color. Here you can able to see the color. Here for the negative values we are having orange color, for the positive values we are having blue color. If you want, we can even change the colors also. Okay, from here we can edit. I will show you going forward. So yeah, what I did, I just dragged the sales into profit. I mean, sorry, I dragged the profit into the size and color. Then I got the shape, right? This is my waterfall. This is my waterfall chart. It is showing me all the losses and profits, correct? This is my waterfall, and it is showing me for tables I got, you know, loss, that is profit of minus 17,000, in the sense I got the loss of 17,000. Like that, going forward, I got profits by selling copiers. The most profits I gained, this company gained most profits on copiers, then phones, then accessories, like that. Okay. And they got losses on suppliers, bookcases, and tables. Like that, we will analyze basically what we will do in real time according to our requirement, according to our clients data, according to their requirement, we will create the graphs. If they want to see their profits and losses of their data, we will create this waterfall chart. Okay, so am I clear so far?
Yes.
Great. So this is about the waterfall chart. See here, what we did previously for the inbuilt graphs, we just directly with some clicks we created, right? In side by side bar, what we did, we just selected the columns and we just selected the bars. If I say select this bar, my data will change here. This will be my category, this will be my subcategory, this is the bar. I can just with one click I can able to get the graph. If I want to side by side bar only, if I click this, I will get the bar. I will get the graph. So inbuilt graphs is easy. After selecting the data directly by clicking the graphs here, we can create. But for advanced graphs, we need to follow some steps as we did here. First, what we did, we selected the data, then we created horizontal bar, then according to the shape, we sorted the data and we swapped the data, and then we changed it to the gained bar, and according to the measure, what we want to, I mean, how we want to analyze, whether we want to analyze based on sales or whether we want to analyze based on profit, we dragged that into the color part and size part to get the exact to make understand about the exact profits, like on which category we are getting profits, like that. Correct. So basically what we are doing here, we are following some steps. For the first time, whenever you listen here, it may be a little bit it may be confusing, but we need to follow these 4 steps or 5 steps only every time. With some practice you can able to get it. With some practice you can it will be easier for you, because definitely for any type of data, we will, whenever we will create the waterfall chart, we will use the same steps only. You will be get used to it. Okay. Like that, we have many more advanced charts. Whenever we are creating any of the advanced chart, we need to follow this kind of, the steps will be same. There will be some steps we need to follow that steps, then we will create the advanced charts. Okay. And not only this, we have many concepts in Tableau, like calculated fields, sets, parameters, like that. Going forward, we will learn each and every concept very detailedly. Okay. It's not only about creating the graphs, there are many concepts in it. We need to include that concepts in graphs. For example, let me talk about side by side bars here. I don't remember did I said it yesterday or not. If you can see here, I just selected the data and I created the graph. Okay. This is my I can say I created the graph with the available data, but in real time how it will be, we will work on big data and we will work on whatever data we will work, that data will be changed, right? Today if I have some sales, going forward after 5 days or after 2 days, my sales will definitely change, right? On some products we will get more sales, more profits. Basically our data will change. So this is the way how to create the static graphs. Correct. This is the static graph, but in real time we will create all dynamic graphs. That means whenever we created this graph, after 2 days or after 1 week, if this data changes, if suppose, for example, here you can see, if suppose I got, maybe after 1 month, I will got some loss in this sales, maybe this will increase. I mean, like, maybe this will decrease and this will increase, right? Basically, sales or profits will change accordingly. Correct. Going forward after some days or after some months, definitely we will get new data. Maybe we are having this many products only. Maybe after 1 week our client will introduce a new product into their sales, so that we will call it as dynamic data. So once we created one graph, we should create the graph in such a way, whatever changes made in the client's database, whether they included any other another product, or whether the sales are changed, whether increased or decreased, all those changes should be reflected in the graph automatically. We should not keep on, just a second guys. Okay, so we sorry, we will not create the graphs continuously. I mean, see, suppose I created this graph today, and after 2 days, my sales are the client sales are changed, or they added one more, one more what we can say, one more product. Then at that time, we should not create fresh graph. We should create graphs dynamically, so that whatever changes made in the graph, all that, I mean, whatever changes made in the database, all those changes should be reflected in the graphs automatically. That is called as dynamic graphs. We need to use, we have some two topics called as, we have one topic called as sets, and we have another topic called as parameters. When we combine sets and parameters together, we can able to create the dynamic charts. Mostly we will work on creating dynamic charts only in real time. We'll see all those concepts going forward. This is just the way of creating the static graph for the available data, creating the graph. But we don't create like this in the real time, right? We should create dynamic charts only. The concept will be same, but here we will include those two concepts also. We will include sets and we will include parameters, so that this graph should will be created in a dynamic level. Okay, I hope you got my point. Like that, there are many concepts. We will discuss everything very detailedly. All right, and one more thing, I can say in real time. I mean, I'm just trying to tell you, make you understand the difference between how we will work in the real time. Okay, we don't create static graphs. We will create dynamic graphs. For that, we will use that parameters and sets concept. In the same way, in the real time, what we will do, for example, if I'm talking about sales or profits, if my client want to see top 10 sales and bottom 10 sales. Okay, and this is the most important interview question. If you are trying for the fresher, that is fine. If you are trying as a experienced, with some experience in the Tableau, this will be the definitely important interview question. Like, create any of the advanced chats, like maybe donut chat or waterfall chat. They will ask you. No one is asking you anything theoretically, right? Everyone is asking us to do practically only in the interviews. They will ask us to create advanced charts, or they will ask us the main important and definite expected question is, show me how to create top 10 sales and bottom 10 sales in one graph. At that time, we need to create it also dynamically, because today maybe my top 10 sales will be different, bottom 10 sales will be different. Okay, tomorrow my sales will be uh, like different, right? Some other products will be coming to the top 10 and bottom 10. In the same way, now my clients want to see top 10 only. Suppose later, after 1 week, he want to see top 50 sales. At that time, I should not create one more graph. I should create in such a way, when my client wants to see top 10, he can choose directly from my graph, he can choose top 10. If we want to see top 20, he can able to use the same graph, and he can able to choose top 20. Like that, we will create everything very dynamically. Okay, we need to include some more concepts there. We will learn everything very practically, all these concepts going forward. Okay, so let me show you the course content. And usually we will charge 10,000 for this Tableau batch, but for this batch only we are offering you uh, we are giving the special offer. This batch is for the cost is for 6,000 only, and the course duration is for 40 days. Okay, and if you want to register in the course, you can see the link in the chat box. Already admin people has left the details there. You can just make the payment and you can register with us. Okay, and let me show you the course content. And guys, if you have any doubts, you can just ask me. Whatever I said so far, is it understandable for you? Is it clear? Everything? I'm so sorry. Okay, great. So just give me a second. I will show you the course content. These are all the topics which we are going to learn in our course. First, introduction to Tableau, which we has done yesterday. Next, architecture, Tableau architecture, Tableau features. Then I will show you the installation process of Tableau desktop. Measure set dimensions, we're already done. Continuous and discrete data. Tableau products, yesterday we discussed this. OLAP and OLTP, that means what is data warehouse basically, and what is OLAP, what is OLTP. We will learn in this class. Next, schema, types of dimension and facts. Tableau access. Next, as you know, we are teaching SQL Server basics also along with the Tableau, right? I will make you to install SQL Server in your laptops, and I will explain all the basic concepts of SQL Server. And after if you see, it again depends on the batch. If everyone in the batch already knew with the basics of the SQL, I will explain it quickly only. If at least one of the student are completely new to SQL, I will explain a little bit detailedly about the SQL concepts. Okay. After that, we will see how we will generate the Tableau reports by connecting to the SQL Server. Then we have some concepts called as Tableau connections, data types in Tableau, and understanding real-time database. Okay, as I said, I won't work. I won't explain you the concepts on the simple data. I will take real-time database only. I will show you the database first, and I will help you to restore that database in your laptops. Then from here, our actual concepts will start. I can say main concepts, that is joins, data blending, filters in Tableau, hierarchies, actions, parameters. As I said just now, actions is very important concept. Filters is also very important concept, which we will use very frequently on the daily basis in real time. Next, how to use parameters, and these are all some concepts. Next comes with the visualization part. As I said, again, once again, each and every graph I will explain you, and I will explain you on which type of data we will use which graph in this visualizations part. Okay, these are all the inbuilt graphs up to here, up to packed bubbles. These are all the inbuilt graphs available in Tableau, and these are all from here advanced charts like donut charts, funnel chart, waterfall chart we saw today, lollipop chart, word crawl chart, like that. We have few charts, advanced charts. We will discuss everything detailing. Next, these are all the important, some of the important topics like sets, groups, functions. Okay, these are all the different types of functions available in Tableau. Next, we have KPIs, drop lines, trend lines, and forecasting lines. As I said yesterday, I don't remember did I said yesterday or not. In Tableau, we will basically understand, or we will, deal with the trends of the data. And according to the trends of the data, even we will forecast the data. Like, how, about our client, how our last, if we can analyze, like, last 2 years data of the client sales, like how the sales are been from the last 2 years, and according to that previous data we will analyze the future data, like how the sales will be for the next coming 6 months or the next 1 year, like that. That concept is this one, trend lines and forecasting. Okay, and here comes the main concept, Tableau dashboards. We will work on dashboards only in real time. The previously which I shown you is, creating the separate graphs, but in real time we will work on the dashboards only. Dashboard is nothing but the collection of graphs. If I want to bring all these separate graphs together into one form, it is called as dashboard. Okay, we will see how we will create Tableau dashboards practically. Then we will have Tableau stories, and as I said yesterday, I will show you how to create the Tableau online account, Tableau server. Okay, what all options we can do inside the Tableau server also I will explain. And then Tableau prep, this is an ETL tool. We will discuss this also detailing. Okay, with this our concepts will be done. After that we will see the important interview questions. Okay, and after that, along with this, I will also explain you one real time uh, you know real time dashboard. Just give me a second, I will show you. These are all the files which I will give you in, I mean, I need to give you the notes, right? These are all the files, topic wise files I will upload you, I will give you. And 1 second, let me show you the, at the end of our course, we will work on some real-time dashboard called as HR Analytics Dashboard. This is how we will work technically in the real time. So this dashboard I will make you to create from scratch. End of the day, our output will be like this. I will explain you how to create this dashboard very practically from the starting. Okay. This will be at the end. Once we're done with all the concepts, we will learn how to create this dashboard practically, and we will discuss about the interview questions also. Okay. So that's it about our course. So let's end this session for now, and let's meet tomorrow. And as I said, this is the offer is only for this batch. The course fees is 6,000, and the duration is of 40 days. Okay. So do you have any doubts, or can I end the session now? Sayed, is this okay? Am I clear?
Yeah, clear, ma'am.
Great. All
Yeah.
right, then let's meet tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.